Hello and I welcome you all to my video class on hardened concrete, right? And myself Vishwanath Avti. You will see today's content. So today content we are mainly discussing about sulfate attack for the concrete structures or hardened concrete. How sulfate is attacking and how it is making the damage to the structures. And we will study basic concept first, and we will make some different how it is getting, and then controlling how to control the sulfate attack. So first we will understand what you mean by sulfate attack. So sulfate, some places they will call sulphate, and some places they may call it as sulfate, sulfate, right? Depends on the use, right? Sulfate attack. So it is chemical action between the product of hydration. See here the words are very important, key points. Product of hydration and the solution containing the sulfate. So that is a chemical reaction, means is entirely chemical portion of the reaction. So that is what hydration, we know what you mean by hydration, right? Heat of hydration. So it is a chemical reaction between water and cement. So during that, if it is reacting with the sulfate content, a sulfate parameters, then it has some reaction. Due to that reaction, stability reduces. You can see in the image, right? So some part of the concrete is collapsing. Why? Because it is mainly because of the sulfate attacking. Sulfate attacking means what? Surrounding area has a sulfate content, and due to the sulfate content, some chemical reaction is taking place between hydration product and sulfate, right? So the mainly it is flaking, means some part of the concrete is collapsing, and you can see this flake, right? So that flake is collapsing because of less bonding capacity. Less bonding means less durability. I think you understood. I'll repeat: chemical action between product of hydration and solution of sulfate content, right? So we'll see now what are the different sulfate content, right? Due to presence of sulfate in a soil and groundwater. Why? Because we are providing the foundations, right? Where we are providing the foundations? Under the ground. Under the ground means what? Soil will be there as well as groundwater will be there, right? Based on the water table. So first type is calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate. We can give example of CaSO4, calcium sulfate, right? So next we have in terms of sodium sulfate. It is like some product which has a high content of sulfate. So next is sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. Next potassium sulfate, K2SO4. Magnesium sulfate. These are the some sulfate content which these content will be there in the soil as well as a structure around water and soil, right? So then we'll go through next is what sulfate attack generally happens when water used for concrete mix contains high sulfate content. See, water is the main basic resource. So water used for concrete mix, if it has a high sulfate content, for example we have some sulfate affected areas, some particular area has a groundwater is highly content with sulfate. If you use that water to prepare the concrete, then it has a problem and it will create the problem. Next aggregate part of concrete is ingredient is aggregate. If it is aggregate has a high sulfate content, then it causes the reaction. See, these are the sources. One is source is water, right? We require water. If water contains high sulfate, then it causes a sulfate attack. Next ingredient is aggregate. Even on the surface of the aggregate or inside the aggregate, there will be sulfate content. And then is if soil or water around the concrete structure. During this one is preparing of concrete, but here after the construction and after the placing of concrete, if around the structure, if its soil contains the sulfate and water, for example sea water around the structure, for example sea barrier will be there or road will be there or some structures will be there on the sea, then around the structure seawater is there. Due to this sulfate attack may takes place. Marshland and sewage and industrial influence. So for example from this industrial waste, maybe industry has a, it may related with the sulfate, right? So it has a waste product, and even they are discharging the waste product in terms of sulfate, even it causes. Next is solid salt. Solid salt also has a sulfate content, but it won't affect on the structure if it is in a solid state. It affects only when it has a liquid state. Why? Because in the liquid state only chemical reactions will take place. When it is a solid state, then there is no reaction between cement products and as well as sulfate content, right? Next is damages. So damage is mainly depends on the mainly related to cracking and flaking. cracking or flaking. Flaking, you can see this, some metals are there within that they will make and they will remove, they will collapse, right? So next is damage. It depends on the concentration of sulfate and permeability of the concrete. If more the permeability of concrete, more passage of the water, then it causes the more problem of sulfate attack. If it is less permeability, less will be the sulfate attack. Similarly, if concentration of sulfate is more, then more attack will be there. If it is a less surface sulfate content, then less, right? So it also depends on the concentration of sulfate, then permeability of concrete. Next, methods of controlling the sulfate attack is very important. Why? Now we understood what you mean by sulfate attack. Now we will go through one by one how to control the sulfate attack on the concrete. So first method is use of sulfate resisting cement. For example, now we studied many types of cement. Some cements are there, they are very less affected by the sulfate, means they are less content of sulfate. If you use that cement, definitely we have a reduction in the sulfate content, right? So next is addition of pozzolana. So here pozzolana is some material. If you are adding pozzolana or if you are making partial replacement. Why? Because when you make the concrete mixed design, it has some percentage weightage for the cement. When you are replacing that cement with the pozzolana, then it has, because it has some more resistance for sulfate attack, right? Even though you can use directly, or even you can make the partial replacement, and if you use the pozzolana, then it has a less affecting or sulfate attack. Next is quality of the concrete. Quality of the concrete means what? It mainly depends on the characteristics of the concrete. Use less cement water ratio. If it is a low cement water ratio, then definitely has a less attacking, right? So then if your properly design is required, less water cement ratio is required, then proper mixing is required, proper placing, right? Well compacted. So even quality of concrete and even good workmanship. So both are very important, quality as well as good workmanship. So good workmanship, for sufficient cover has to be provided. For example, who are constructing the structure, they has to maintain sufficient cover. Then sufficient cover for reinforcement. We know some reinforcement cover will be there. For example, for foundation 40 mm, for beam 30 mm, right? Slab 20 mm. That cover will be there, and even cover will be there from one bar to another bar, center to center distance. That will be properly given. And even like it includes mixing, placing and compacting. It is also included in workmanship. So if it has good work and as well as good quality, and if we are adding pozzolana and use of sulfate resisting cement, you can reduce the control the sulfate attack. Next is use of air entertainment. If you use 6% of air entertainment, then improves the workability of concrete. So when workability of concrete is good, definitely it has a less permeability of concrete. So less permeability of the concrete means less sulfate attacking chances. See, it has some relations. So what use of air entertainment increases the workability. If you have good workability, then less permeability. Less permeability means what? Less sulfate attack. Next is use of high alumina cement. If you are using high alumina cement, then it creates the coating on the, or it makes some film. Film means what? Coating, cover, right? So high alumina contains approximately 40% of alumina. High alumina cement contains approximately 40% of alumina. So what actually alumina makes? It makes a thin film, protective film on the structure, right? When it has a protective film, right, it makes the less resistance to penetrate or diffuse the sulfate ions into the interior. So when it is creating layer or cover on the structure, then it has a less penetration of the sulfate particles. When they have a less penetration of sulfate particles, definitely has a less attacking. This is like a protective. We are making a layer of alumina on the surface, so then it causes the less attacking. Next is high pressure steam curing. High pressure steam curing improves the surface, improves resistance of the concrete to the sulfate attack, right? So last one is surface coating. So surface coating, it is what surface coating means, what? Lining such as polyethylene or polychlorobenzene neoprene sheet. So mainly it is related to covering on the surface. If you are covering with a polyethylene or you are making the surface coating with asphalta, asphalta means it is similar to bitumen or similar to tar, right? Tar is different and bitumen is different, asphalt is different. For example, before using the cement we used to have a like lime powder. So similarly, before the tar or before the bitumen, earlier they used to use asphalta, right? So if you make coating of asphalta or if you make coating of polyethylene or even some other rubbers or some materials are there, if you use on the surface as a coating, then it has a less affecting from the sulfate attack, right? So I'll repeat, surface is coated with a polyethylene or asphalta or some chlorinated rubbers, it prevents the sulfate attack. Then if you use high pressure stream, it also reduces the sulfate attack. If you use high alumina cement, then it is also some makes the thin layer and it prevents the penetrations, then less sulfate attack, right? Yes. Then thank you for watching this video.